What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another War Thunder video. Today we're on the new patch 1.97, and I wanted to show you one of my new favorite features of the patch. Of course, the patch has all kinds of new vehicles, tweaks of old vehicles, new features, all sorts of the typical exciting things. But my favorite thing is the new explosions that are in the game, and I thought, what better way to feature the new explosions than with the IS-2? After all, that big 122mm gun is just fantastic at blowing up vehicles. And we are using the Chinese IS-2. This is the regular tech tree version. I featured the premium version previously, but right now we're in the regular tech tree version at the battle rating 5.7. We are in a modest up tier, unfortunately. I came up to B with the hopes of getting a cap, but then I realized there was, I believe, an M18, if I'm not mistaken, that had raced ahead and gotten the cap, so there was no point in me going right for the cap. So I kind of headed off to the right of the cap instead, and went for more of a tank destroyer role. Try to focus on whatever tanks that I could find. If you look in the bottom of the screen, you'll notice that there's only two icons. There's the shell, and then there's the tow icon. I don't even have parts or fire protection on this thing. This is completely stock. This was like my second or third game. First game I played, I got 2 kills on a couple of Panthers on Port Novo, and then got revenge bombed by one of them. So I'm just looking for some research, you know. There's a Nashorn pushing Charlie, but he's too low profile for me to get him, so I have to push a little further ahead. Then I see on the mini-map that there are some heavy tanks up here to the left being marked. Just take a look at him. Tiger, easy shot. Oh, God. Easy shot my ass. And this is the most disappointing part of the IS-2, is just the reload. Even with an expert crew, you're still looking at, if my memory is not mistaken, let's take 22 seconds. It's really long. But we get a second opportunity to take out a Tiger. We don't waste that one. But again, it's waiting and waiting for that shell to reload. That's the only thing that I dislike about the IS-2. It has good mobility, frontwards and reverse. It has good armor. It has good penetration. Of course, the high explosive filler is great in the shell. It's just that reload. It's the only thing that I dislike about it. But I don't see anything else to the left up on the hill, so we're going to push on forward towards the cap itself and potentially help out our allies there. Now this is Wallonia, or Volonia, however you want to pronounce it. I'm not a big fan of this map, but I have been getting quite a few really good long battles, and this is one of those, I would say, medium long battles. This is going to go on for quite a while, because people, after they tend to cap, they often either go towards the enemy spawn, or they go from one cap to the next, and you get this round robin of sorts of, you know, everyone gets a cap, and they move on to the next cap, and the other team gets the cap because they found it abandoned, and it just gets really weird. So I know that there's a Tiger 2P up here. Find him, and oh, that explosion is amazing. And we fall back, and we wait. After all, there's nothing else we can do. I suspect that there's more than one vehicle up here. Got a friendly Sherman approaching on my right. I can hear something to my left. Sherman explodes. There's a second Tiger 2P, but he's not alone. There's something light that's right here to my left. I can't see him, but there's at least 2 somethings here, and he shoots me. It's just a little Puma. Nothing too scary, but he's got a punchy little gun, and he's fast. and if I miss him, I'll end up dying, because I'm being approached by Tiger 2P, who, crazily enough, bounces on the top of my turret. I push him, but I don't have the gun depression, and he gets behind the hill. So the Puma shoots me again, and this time he runs away. And of course, if I shoot him, I end up getting screwed because I don't have the reload to kill this guy. Like, he pushes me again. This time he overshoots me completely, and he pushes his luck, and boom. That is amazing. I absolutely love the new special effects, the explosions. It's incredible. I turn around and head back towards Bravo, but there's a problem. Yeah. Bomb bounces off the ass of my tank. And yes, that was a revenge bombing. Dumberry, that was the first Tiger 2P that I killed near Charlie. And as you can see, our team is already hurting. One guy didn't even spawn in, he left the game immediately. 3 others died once and left immediately. Sweet. I went ahead and jumped ahead a couple of minutes in the action because I have pushed Bravo in my premium IS-2. And I saw some movement, but I couldn't tell if it was a tank or not. Some trees had fallen. I didn't see any vehicles, so I eventually would push on. You don't want to walk into an ambush if you can help it. Sure enough, I see a tank push out. It's Tiger 1. Take aim for the cupola. He bounces or misses. I just scraped the side of his cupola. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There we go. Bounce it, baby. Come on, reload. Again, this is the only thing I dislike with the IS-2. Bounces again. Bounce that. Hey, he had 3 shots at me. That's more than fair. And there's another one. It's actually a Panzer IV, but still, just keep yourself angled. Make him force him out of his little hidey hole. Bounces a second time. Don't have the gun depression. Come on out and play, buddy. That was underwhelming. How does a 122mm shell pen a tank and only get its cannon barrel? Or breach, rather. Oh well. We're getting Charlie. We were getting A, but we've lost that. And I just push this guy because he's in a long reload, or repair rather. And another beautiful explosion. Yeah, that's definitely my favorite part of 1.97. As much as the Swedish tanks are interesting to me, the new graphical effects are just gorgeous. Push on up towards B and get the cap. And then afterwards I would push out and go towards the right of B, because I knew that there were vehicles over here based on some activity that I saw in the kill feed, and there was a tank that was being marked in between the Bravo and the enemy spawn, so I figured I'd come over here and see if I could help out. It's a Panther F. It's over here, and sure enough, there he is. You just see him below the ridgeline. I ping him on the mini-map for my allies to be aware of. I push out trying to get him, but I miss. And he somehow sees me in amongst all these trees. I take a shot and miss, and the enemy team has pushed on towards Bravo and is now capping it. So I fall back, let this Panther approach me, and I'll repair my engine or whatever else needs to be repairing. And just sit here and listen for any engine sounds. After all, there's nothing I can really do. With this poor gun depression in this map area. I think the best opportunity is for me to just sit here for the most part and just wait and listen. Sure enough, as Tiger 2P has capped the Bravo point and moved on, and he gets to meet the same fate as all the other Tiger 2Ps that I've encountered so far. An ally is approaching, so I just marked the minimap again of where that Panther F is. And I'm waiting for that Panther to push me. I expected him to come around this corner, so that's where I'm looking, and sure enough, there he is. Way over-angled, and that's an easy shot, even for me. Now it's time to push in towards Bravo and get that capture point secured. But of course, always listening. That's a problem because I'm still getting adjusted to the new sounds, and there is a vehicle that I heard rev his engine to my front right. So it wasn't the guy that, you know, my friendly that's behind me. There's something else up here in the cap. So I'm intently listening. That's a dead tank. That Tiger, that's a dead one. So there's something else here up to my left. You can hear it revving to my left. I've also got an ally approaching me from our spawn. Well done, IS-2. The Yeti Panzer IV isn't the biggest threat, but it doesn't need to be the biggest threat necessarily. It's got a punch equal to 75mm gun. And that bomb drop, you know, it didn't kill us, but it took out a lot of the cover. And that's going to be a problem, as you'll see here, as the remainder of this battle unfolds. I'm repairing my gun barrel, and both sets of tracks just got blown off, and we got a problem. We've got anti-air everywhere right now. We've got anti-air on the enemy team coming from the ridge lines. We've got an anti-air to my right, which killed the PT-76. And the anti-air is not threatening necessarily, to me at least, you know, in the IS-2, but it can mark me on the map for their heavy tanks or medium tanks or whatever they happen to have. So it's a really valuable scouting tool. And this is one of the reasons Germany often wins, is they respawn in SPA. And their SPA are really good. Wirbelwinds and Ostwinds, they're actually quite useful. And on a map like this, where you don't need necessarily a good medium or heavy tank to cap a point and get out of there quickly, it's really useful for winning battles. Get in there quickly, get a cap, get out unscathed sometimes, and if you die, it's not a big deal. I'm tired of getting hosed down by this stupid machine gun. So eventually I just actually take aim at him with my 122, and I admit that's a little overkill on a little flak panzer, but hey, you gotta do what works. And this is where I make my biggest mistake of this battle. I drive off the cap. I'm kill hungry. I want to get 10 kills, I want to get 15 kills, whatever it takes. So I drive off the cap. I know that there's a Waffenträger over here in between Bravo and their spawn, so I come over here hoping to intercept them. According to the IS-2, there's 2 here. Oh, okay. I'll come over here and I'll intercept them. Judging by his mark, I expected them to be right over here to the right. But they're not here. So I sat there and listened. No engine sounds. No signs of a Waffenträger over here. But I hear an engine sound to my left. They're pushing in for the cap. The question is, how aggressive are they going to be? And the answer is not that aggressive. I expected someone to roll up on the middle of this cap, and I could just roll in here and blast him without giving away my position by revving up my engine. But no. And I'm slow to react. I'm hesitant because, again, I don't know how many there are. I know there are at least 2 in the general vicinity, but I don't know how many are actually on the cap and in a position to kill me, potentially. So I roll up on the cap. See an anti-air. At least one. But in the background I see at least another one. And there's another vehicle. And here's a Waffenträger in between the hidey hole. I scuffed that shot back up because I know the Waffenträger can easily pin me, and there's a anti-air behind me. I can't see a damn thing. My reload is taking forever, and to make matters worse, a tiger rolls in and one-shots me. I completely threw the game right there. All I had to do was stay on the damn cap. Because we had, until just now, we had Alpha under control. We had our two AAs on the cap. All they had to do was sit there on the cap and look at them all right into B. I tell them there's like 5 there, and I don't know if that's necessarily accurate. There could have been 4, there could have been... I don't know, but there just seemed like a lot there. And this is how Bologna always goes. Teams go back and forth. One takes A, one takes B. Then they just keep trading caps back and forth. And just watch the kill feed. Like half of our team remaining is anti-air, and they just stand no chance against a Waffenträger, a Tiger 1, and then the German AA. Because the German AA is no slouch. Ostwinds and Wirbelwinds, they have a high rate of fire, they have a good amount of penetration in their shells, and they're just really good, solid AAs. I know someone is going to type away in the comment, you know, well, whenever I play Germany, I lose. And there are reasons beyond AA that have to do with that. And their Waffenträger takes me out. He had pushed beyond B smartly, because he knew there would be reinforcements, and there's just nothing more I can do. There's no vehicle in my lineup that can get from here to any of the caps in time. I threw the battle. It's plain and simple. I have to give credit to the enemy team. They played better than I did, and I admit it doesn't help that 4 of our guys left early on in the game, but still, I absolutely threw that game. I could have stayed on B. The guys at A could have held that position long enough. It's frustrating being on the losing side of these battles, but at the same time, I've had my share of winning battles, and Bologna, as frustrating as this map can be, at times, it's incredibly rewarding too. Still 9 kills, got over 10,000 RP, got a chunk of Silver Lions. I can't really complain about the end results. I just would have been a little bit happier to be on the winning team, because you get the better results or rewards. I had to take a drink. I had to take a break. I've been talking all this time. But still, 85,000 Silver Lions in a loss isn't so bad. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed today's video, as well as the patch in general. It's an interesting patch. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button, and of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Take care, guys.